me time selection today is Evergreen Cemetery, established in 1874. Now behind me, you are actually going to see some of the grave sites and monuments, but they're actually dated in the early 1800s. As when I was doing some fun facts of this particular cemetery, it can actually hold in a total household of 459, with a total of individuals almost 1,000. Although I'd like to tell you some cemetery etiquette, but I like to also tell you some fun facts. Now, you're probably wondering why you were actually put in the ground. Well, there's actually several reasons why you were actually put in the ground. And one of the main reasons is whenever you decompose, there is an odor that comes off of you that's kind of like indescribable, so no one needs to smell that. And also, this actually gives the family some closure so they can move on with their lives. Another fun fact that I have found out of why you actually get put into the ground is because this is about the afterlife. Now, if you are religious, you will move on to your next life, or this is just basically the circle of life. Also, what I found out is the reason why you are positioned the way you are positioned, with your hands across in an X across your chest. That is actually called the Lazarus sign, or the Lazarus reflex. And the reason why that is called that is because that is called brain dead or brain stem failure. So they know that you have unfortunately passed on or deceased. One of the other fun facts that I found out was the fact that if you are in a Christian cemetery, you are actually pointed with your headstone or memorial or gravestone, however, whatever you have, you are actually pointed east. And you're probably wondering why. Well, and that is actually, if you are a Christian, that means the second coming of Jesus. So that's just basically like the fact of getting into the last judgment. Now, I want to get into some cemetery etiquette. Now, a lot of people don't talk about it because this is supposed to be a quiet and tranquil place where you can reflect with your loved one that has been passed on, and you can say your loving words, kind words, or if you just want to have a conversation with them because you've missed them, and I'm sure that they've missed you also. So in that aspect, if you see other strangers in the cemetery, don't be overly generous by talking with them or wanting to have extreme conversations with them, because they are hurting. And so this is the time that they possibly may want to be alone with their maybe husband, wife, or grandparents, parents, whoever they were that unfortunately passed on. And they want to have that closure with them or that talk with them. Another thing, you want to be sympathetic. So basically what that means is not, well, obviously as true as the sympathetic word, but also with your children and your pets. Don't have them run around and possibly knock over the tombstones or the monuments or the grave sites. That's very disrespectful. And even if you are driving around on the roads here, make sure that it's on the roads and not the grass. And even when you're walking to like your particular monument or gravesite, try to walk between the monuments and give enough space between the monument before it and the monument after it, because you don't want to step on someone else's grave. That's really disrespectful, and I don't think that that's what you were meaning to do, but it's just out of the kindness of your heart that just try not to do that. Like, I came up here to see my grandparents, and, you know, this is a time where I get to talk to them. This is the only time I get to talk to them. So you have to respect other people's wishes. So if you like these me times, please hit the like button and the subscribe button, and I will talk to you soon. Love you bunches.